The Sydney Metro Line Stage 2 down to Sydenham between Chatswood has been open for nearly a month now and has been very successful. However, there's one video that I haven't published in a year as I've been waiting for the approval to publish it, and that's today's video. Today, I am visiting Central's metro platforms before they were even opened. This was filmed coincidentally exactly a year ago from the day of editing this video, on the 8th of September 2023. This was during testing for the line and I was actually able to hear one of the metro trains testing. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to actually see any. This will show the construction of the metro station and some exclusive photos and videos of some diagrams and even some special fences blocking off some areas that were still under construction. During the video, we'll also be comparing what the metro station looks like now that it's open and while it was still under construction. This video was filmed during the final stages of construction, meaning that most of the things were finished. However, there was still some work going on and it wasn't entirely finished. I must say, it was very spectacular to take a look at these new platforms, being the only one down there along with some other staff members, and also seeing some exclusive things that no one will ever see. So without further ado, let's get into the tour of Central's metro platforms under construction. We'll first be starting off at Central Walk. This is a video of what it looks like today with the metro line open, with all the works being completed, obviously excluding that platform 14 was not yet open. These are the entrances down to platforms 26 and 27 for the metro platforms, which consist of 3 sets of 3 escalators, or which are known as the longest escalators in the southern hemisphere, and I was able to take a ride on them and even time how fast the escalators were. And we rewind back a year to the 8th of September 2023 on the day that I was able to have a tour of the new metro platforms. This is going down one of the lifts of the metro platforms, and as you can see here, the platforms are not yet finished in this video, although it was spectacular to see. Due to how confidential many of the line was and many of its stations, I wasn't actually able to post any of this stuff on YouTube, nor film much videos, as at the time of recording this, there were no open days so far for any of the metro stations, and the only look we could see of the new metro line was the entrance tunnel at Chatswood and at Sydenham. And here is one of the recent things that were installed at the time of taking this photo, a line diagram above platform 27. As you can see, this map here is actually outdated, as what is normally known as Gadigal Station nowadays was actually known as Pitt Street back then, with in brackets next to it, final name to be confirmed. At the time of taking this photo, Pitt Street Station was known as Pitt Street Station, and Gadigal Station was not yet a thing. We then move on to the next photo, taken at the bottom of one of the sets of the 3 escalators, showing truly how long these escalators are. As you can see to the left and the right, the platform screen doors were covered in this sort of white tape, and a lot of the area was still unfinished. And here's a photo of the escalators and the metro platforms today. As you can see, the white tape has obviously been taken off the platform screen doors, as well as many other minor changes that may be a little hard to notice. And here's a quick look at some photos I took down both tunnels, both in the direction of Waterloo. It pretty much looks the same today, so there's not much to comment on here. And this photo here is arguably one of the best photos taken on this special tour a year ago. This is a photo of the escalators heading up towards Central Walk, as well as a great view of the platforms. As you can see just here on the right and left, the screen doors are still covered in this tape, as well as this special little flag looking fence that is blocking off the platform screen doors. As many of the walkways and pathways through the metro station's platforms were still not yet finished, there were these kind of red looking tarp things, which you can see here on the bottom right. This was to protect the concrete on the ground from not being damaged or stained by workers on the site. And here's a photo of heading down one of the escalators towards the platforms. Some of the escalators were set to either a fast mode or a slow mode, and some not even working. I'd like to say thank you to the metro workers there, who actually turned on the entire set of 3 escalators for us, so we could see them and have a ride on them during our tour, as at the time of us getting there, all of them were turned off. And here's a short video of when we were heading down one of the escalators back towards the platforms. One interesting thing to quickly point out is that the signs for platform 27 were actually showing services towards Bankstown and not towards Sydenham. This means that underneath the signs it already has Bankstown put on. And another quick view of the platforms, this time being on video. And here's the total time it took to get up what was already the faster escalator and took nearly an entire minute to get up. And with the slower escalator, it took an extra 15 seconds. This truly shows how long these escalators actually are. And just here was the final photo taken on the tour, showing the bottom of one of these sets of escalators, truly showing how long they are. And that sums up all the photos and videos of Central's metro platforms before they were complete. Now, to sum up the video, we'll be taking a look at what they look like today. We'll first start off with a quick look at the metro platforms. And we're now back up to Central Walk, and that's what it looks like going up the escalators nowadays on the new metro line. As you can see just here, on what was the indicator screen before, has now been changed on the far right to have the new Sydney Metro indicator screens for the platforms. This is a quick look at heading down the escalator before we'll wrap up the video. And that sums up the tour of the new metro platforms at Central Station, both after they were complete and before they were even complete. This video has been held off for an entire year as I've been waiting approval from Sydney Metro to post it, as there are some videos and photos of the metro platforms before they were complete. Thankfully the video is finally out now, and I'm very excited that you all are able to watch it now. So thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for next weekend or even the weekend after, when I'll be doing a special video on the Bankstown line closure, as the Bankstown line on Sydney Trains network is being closed to allow for the conversion to the metro line. There will be heaps of heritage trains and special events going on, as well as I'm also taking a ride on the very last service on part of the Bankstown line, so stay tuned for that. Thank you all so much for watching, please consider subscribing and liking the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys all next time.